Imagine you are at a party. There is someone who is not trying to impress but attracts all eyes. They don't need to do anything special, just simply be themselves. So do you wonder, what makes them so attractive? That is effortless charisma. We live in a world that is always looking for recognition, from likes on social media to compliments at work. But have you ever realized that the more you try to be accepted, the more tired and dissatisfied you feel? This happens because that desire makes us lose confidence and shows a lack of spontaneity. In fact, real attractiveness comes not from what we do to impress, but when we stop trying and be ourselves. Stoicism teaches us an important lesson. Your value comes not from external validation, but from how you see yourself. Think about this. You can't control other people's emotions, whether they love you or not, but you can control how you feel about yourself. When you stop looking for external validation, you will realize something wonderful. True confidence comes from within, from understanding and accepting yourself. When you know who you are, you will naturally exude charisma without even trying. This feeling is not fake, but real confidence from deep within you. Emotional detachment doesn't mean you don't care. It means you understand that emotions are not always the right guide. Imagine you're on a date, and instead of worrying about every sentence, you simply relax and be yourself. You don't try to impress. You don't worry about being judged. Instead, you focus on the present moment, listening and understanding the other person. This not only makes you more confident, but also makes you attractive. Emotional detachment helps you have a clearer view of the situation and maintain your composure in all circumstances, because you are not controlled by emotions, but control them calmly and confidently. Here's the harsh truth that few people want to admit. Most of us are afraid of expressing our true selves. We worry about being judged, afraid that others won't accept us. So instead of being ourselves, we put on masks. But that takes away our true attraction. When you always try to be liked by others, you will find yourself tired and unreal. Women or anyone can sense this fakeness. On the contrary, when you accept and love yourself without fear of being judged, it is your confidence and sincerity that will attract others. Don't be afraid to express yourself, because that's what makes you most attractive. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most famous Roman emperors, is a great example of effortless charisma. Even though he was the most powerful person, he never let that power blind him. Instead, he spent time every night reflecting and writing in his journal, not to prove anything to anyone, but to do better for himself. He did not need external recognition, but sought perfection within himself. And the surprising thing is that thanks to that humility and inner focus, he was respected by everyone, not because of his fame, but because of his virtue and integrity. His story reminds us that true strength comes from within, from living true to your values. Once you start applying these principles to your life, you don't have to do everything at once. Let's start with small steps. Next time you engage in a conversation, don't try to impress. Instead, listen and be present in the moment. Don't think too much about what you're going to say next. Let the conversation flow naturally. Next, try changing the way you view your self-worth. Don't pay attention to outside reviews. Instead of looking for validation from others, remind yourself that your worth is not dependent on anyone else. You are who you are, and that is enough. Finally, take time to reflect. When you feel stressed or worried about pleasing others, stop for a moment, take a deep breath, and remind yourself that you don't have to change yourself to be liked. You deserve to be loved and respected for who you are. These small changes will gradually help you feel more confident and naturally attractive. Self-discipline is one of the most important factors for you to become more attractive and stronger in life. When you are disciplined, you demonstrate control and stability, which makes you trustworthy and admirable. You do not let emotions or temporary temptations control your actions, but always focus on your long-term goals and values. Imagine having a daily self-improvement routine, whether it's exercising, reading, or developing a new skill. These small actions will make a big difference over time. Self-discipline not only helps you achieve your personal goals, but also creates an inner calm. When you live a disciplined life, you won't get caught up in distractions or worry about things you can't control. I find that when I maintain disciplined habits, I feel more mature, more confident, and more able to face challenges. Discipline is not about imposition or harshness, but about self-care and respect. The art of not reacting is one of the most important skills I have learned. When someone criticizes or upsets you, reacting immediately with emotion can make the situation worse. Instead, stop for a moment, take a deep breath, and ask yourself, is this really important? Sometimes, just a moment of silence to think will help you react calmer and wiser. When you learn not to react immediately, you will feel stronger and attract respect from others. When I began to live according to the principles of Stoicism, I realized that the change did not come immediately, but gradually, my life became more peaceful and stable. I no longer seek validation from others, but focus on my self-awareness and values. Not only did this help me build strong relationships, but it also made me feel freer and stronger. When you live by Stoicism, you will attract people who respect you for who you are, and that is the foundation of every lasting relationship. Finally, I want you to remember that real attractiveness doesn't come from us trying too hard to please others. When you stop looking for validation and stay true to yourself, you will feel freer and stronger than ever. Confidence is not something that can be imitated, but is the result of understanding your own values. Believe that when you accept yourself, you will attract truly deep and lasting relationships. The power is within you, and you just need to stay true to yourself.